came down with something a couple of weeks ago, and I did all the coughing and the and everything, and I wound up going to the doctor and took some medicine, and I felt better, and then today I wake up and my voice is doing this again. But I'm going to plow through, and I'm going to do a video for you guys because I am a man of my... Kristopher Slater asks, for laughs, Rick Perry, longest serving Texas governor, LOL. I know, right? Kristopher Slater asks, for serious, Rick Perry, longest serving Texas governor, WTF? I know, right? If the question is wondering how he won so many elections, I'll just refer you to a video I did once before about how to win an election in Texas. It's not exactly the nicest video I've ever done, but it's very true. You know, honestly, I'm starting to get kind of worried about Texas. Because it seems like every time I read a story recently about some whack job religious or right-wing crazy nut job person, it's always from Texas for some reason. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the crazy. Florida, we're coming for you. Edi Fuller Keller writes, after James Gunn's defense of comic movies, what's your opinion on the subject? To me, it just all comes down to the story. You know, do we care about the characters? Do we care about their motivations and what they're trying to do in the film? You know, these are very universal themes across all types of stories and all kinds of media and all throughout history. And blockbuster comic book movies can be really, you know, impactful and meaningful if you can create characters and let us take a journey with that character. Characters we care about, characters that are well defined. If we really care about what those characters are going through and their journey is interesting, then, you know, we're going to be engaged. It doesn't matter what's going on around them. I've seen lots of little, small, intimate films that I should have been really, you know, connected to the characters and involved in what they were doing, but I wasn't because I just didn't care about the characters and I didn't care about the journey they were going on. And there were no explosions. Well, I like an explosion or two, don't judge. But explosions alone are not enough. You know who I'm talking to. Casidhe Meriwether asked, why do some people dream in color and some dream in black and white? You know, honestly, I didn't know this was a thing until you asked the question. But I did a little research and apparently 80% of people dream in color and 20% of people have dreams that are in black and white. I had no idea. By the way, some people think that the colors that we see in dreams are not just a reflection of reality, it's also, they take on more significance. They take on a symbolic significance in our dreams that you wouldn't normally find in real life. And also, this is really interesting. Apparently, older people tend to dream in black and white more than younger people, and it's thought that that's because when they were growing up, they watched a lot of movies and TV in black and white, so that's why they now dream in black and white. It's like, you know how people kind of get locked into the music that they listened to when they were growing up? Well, apparently, it works the same way with media, black and white TV and movies. And on the surface, that's just like an interesting thing, but the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, that's actually really fascinating how much of ourselves we put in to movies and pop culture, so much that our own identity in our brains, in our dreamscapes, tend to reflect that reality that we've projected our own dreams into than our own realities. I'm sure the same could be said about stories and epic mythological type stories from throughout time. It's an amazing how connected we are to stories. As a writer, I find that really fascinating. Tom Freyer asked, how does one become a voting member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences? According to the Academy website, it's really more of an invite-only proposition. It's kind of like a big schmoozy country club. Starting off, you have to have 2 Academy members sponsor your membership just to even be considered. So there are 17 different branches of the Academy relating to 17 different branches of filmmaking, including acting, writing, directing, producing, so on and so forth. And on top of having 2 Academy members sponsor your membership, you have to meet all the mandatory requirements that each one of those branches require. Now, if you're a writer, for example, you must have at least 2 feature film credits of a caliber which, in the opinion of the Executive Committee, reflect the high standards of the Academy, and/or B, have been nominated for an Academy Writing Award, or C, have, in the judgment of the Writers Branch Executive Committee, otherwise achieved unique distinction, earned special merit, or made an outstanding contribution as a motion picture writer. So it sounds like it's a little bit what you've done and a little bit who you know. So it is kind of like joining a country club, but instead of greens, it's red carpets. Alright, thanks everyone for watching and putting up with my crazy voice situation. I know I sound terrible. If you like this video at all, please give it a thumbs up, share it on all your social media because it really helps bring me up in the rankings of my video blog here. If you have a question you would like answered, just ask it in the comments down below and I will answer it to the best of my ability. And lastly, if this is your first time watching this, please hit subscribe. I come back every Monday with thought-provoking videos that give you a little something to talk about around the water cooler and a little something to make you sound a little more interesting around your friends. Not that you're not interesting, I'm sure you're plenty interesting. Alright, thanks again, love you guys, y'all have a great week.